This week we celebrated the Episcopal ordination of Gary Yannick, our new auxiliary bishop, who will be a great blessing for both administration and ministry here in the Archdiocese of San Antonio. But because of the ordination, the papal nuncio to the United States, Archbishop Christopher Pierre, was here in town and wanting to get a little bit of work done on the side. Archbishop invited me to a small working lunch with him, and we got our work done, but I have to say I was very blessed to be part of the conversation that went beyond the specific items that we wanted to discuss. And in the course of the conversation, we were talking about the Eucharist, our Eucharistic church, and lamenting the fact that sometimes Eucharist is treated in our theology and our praxis as if it were something, right? An object, maybe even a weapon to use in various almost political discourses. And kind of contemplating together the fact that the Eucharist is someone, that it's Jesus. And not just someone historically, but an encounter with someone, an encounter with the Father's love, an encounter with the Paschal mystery, kind of what that means for the church, like that my goal is for every human being to encounter and understand the Paschal mystery and enter into communion through our Eucharist. But Archbishop Pierre said something, and I mentioned the lunch just to credit him with what he said. He said that the church sometimes, we're like a small child, and sometimes we're rambunctious and energetic, but in a moment of crisis, we need our mother's arms to hold us and cradle us and comfort us. And we've been in a time of crisis. There's, for the church in San Antonio, for the church in the United States, for our world largely, this has been a time of struggle and pain and crisis, of frustration and anger, and what a child needs in a moment of crisis is the comforting arms of a mother. And Archbishop Pierre said that's our duty right now as a church, to be mother. And as he was talking, my mind flipped back to one of my Sunday masses last week, to a young mom who has an autoimmune disease that is creating a lot of pain in her life. Her body aches. But I was kind of just saw out of the corner of my eye this story unfold. As it turns out, a story of church and a story of Eucharist. Her daughter, 5 years old, was getting more and more anxious, as liturgy does to children. And she was not easily settled, but her mom held her. And I recognized that that was not a painless choice. But she held her, and the daughter fell asleep in her arms, and I think became heavier and heavier. And so I looked back, and her mom was kind of sitting with a leg propped up, trying to find a position that was less painful as she held her daughter, who peacefully slept. And as Archbishop Pierre told his theology, I thought of our story. And I think we can do that. I think we can be a church that is mother to her children in a moment of crisis. I think we can love. And yes, that's my job and my commitment to you. But not just mine. It's ours. It's our church's duty. It's the meaning of Eucharist. For that 5-year-old girl, she encountered the Father's love. She encountered Jesus in that Mass. How can each of us, as mothers and fathers, as friends and business partners, as brothers and sisters in a parish community, how can we make that encounter happen? How, especially in a moment of crisis, in a moment of frustration, in a moment lashing out so often as 5-year-olds and adults in crisis tend to do, how can we hold and love and embrace and comfort as a mother our brothers and sisters, our world, in this moment of crisis? Jesus, the Good Shepherd, invites us, yes, to be the sheep of his fold. And he would care for us and comfort us as the best of mothers and support and protect us as the best of shepherds. But he also invites us, the Father invites us, the Spirit sends us to be Christ, to be the shepherd, to protect and comfort and care for, to be mother to a child in crisis. We're invited to be the church for each other, to be the church who, as Archbishop Christopher Pierre asked us to do, the church that acts as mother, who holds her children in a time of crisis, as a mother in our parish who holds her child until she falls asleep, and the anger and the frustration, and it all melts away in a mother's love, in Christ's love, in the church's love for us, in the church's love that we are called to share with one another.